It's Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. I'm here with the young phenom Keith Cologne, coming off another sensational performance over the weekend. How are you, champ?
I'm good. I'm good. All is well. Feel great.
That's good. Now, talk to me about how good it felt to fight in front of the hometown crowd once again in Newark. You're knocking them out. You're taking these guys out. You're making it look too easy, Keith. What's going on?
It felt great, man. A lot of people was there to support me. A lot of people was there to back me. Um, coming out. I know I was in the back. I was real on the later end of the card. So like a lot of people was like kept calling, like calling people around me, like, when you coming out? When you coming out? And when I finally came out, did the little ring walk or whatever. I just felt all the love, all the support. Every I could tell that it was a nice crowd there. So I'm blessed to be able to perform in front of my peoples and give them a spectacular show.
Exactly. Do you feel more comfortable fighting at home, or you like going to other fighters' territory and taking their, fighting, beating them in their hometown?
For me, that's hard because I'm so used to going to the nationals and nobody being there, and it's just like me, my corner, and I'm just locked in. It's like nobody there really cheering me on, but having your people there is a different feeling, man. Just having them cheer you on, and like when they say your name in the ring and everybody just start going crazy, or every time I land a shot and everybody like, start erupting, it's like it's no better feeling than that. So it's hard, but I feel like it's nothing better than performing at home, especially the love you get after.
Definitely. Did that put pressure on you to have a sensational performance? And when, like you said, when you hear the crowd and you hear them erupt on a punch, does it make you want to go more and take you off your game plan and try to get that knockout for the fans?
Um, nah, I feel as though I know what I have to do in there. I know my job in there, and at the end of the day, it's just a win. First thing first is winning. Second thing is how I win. So as long as I get the victory, that's what matters because I'm able to keep on putting up, great performances after. So first thing is getting the victory. Second thing is worrying about how I get the victory. But I knew certain things was gonna be there. I knew certain shots was gonna be there. So I was just allowing it to come to me. I just wanted to get a little bit closer. My opponent, he was like a little bit awkward, so I didn't want to get too close and his awkward movements or whatever get caught like a headbutt or elbows. Because he was kind of a wild guy. So I just wanted to, keep inching in, and that's what I did.
And speaking of your opponent, you had some drama going into this fight. You had there was some people put the first fighter pulled out, I guess. Give us some details what happened with the opponents that you were supposed to face.
Yeah, honestly, I want to give a special thank you to all my team, my dad, um, the commissioner, because honestly, like the drum behind this fight was crazy. Like 2 weeks before the fight, my opponent pulled out. Then, you know, a week before the fight, they told me, all right, now you're fighting a southpaw, whole camp I was training for Orthodox. And then, each day is like a new opponent. Nah, we can't fight him. They didn't approve him, or he didn't accept it. So I didn't know who I was fighting until about 3, 4 days before I actually fought. And I was just basically telling him like, let's make the fight happen, and I don't care who I fight. I'm just worrying about me being myself and me being my best self. So it was a whole lot of drama leading up to this fight, and some people be like, "Oh, why you fight this guy? Why you ain't fight this guy?" If I ain't fight the dude that I fought, it wouldn't have been no fight. So like that was, you feel me? Like I had people that was 3-0. Like I just had to fight, not getting approved. People that was like 9-4. Not, like we was trying, but it was just like we went through if I'm not mistaken, we went through about 8 opponents, within a time span of a month, so it was just, that's the drama behind the fight, the things that people don't know, the things that people don't get to see.
But do you feel it's easy to adapt to any style? It doesn't matter who they put in front of you, you're still confident and comfortable. Even if you, like you said earlier, you were training for the orthodox fighter, and then someone else comes in, you feel that it doesn't matter who they put up against you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Even if I see tape on a fighter and I know how you fight, I'm going in the ring and the first thing is just like a blank sheet, like I'm just I don't know this dude, even though I saw what I see in the ring, I haven't been in there with him, so it's gonna feel different. I haven't been sparring this person. I only seen a couple rounds, so I always go in there with a blank sheet. I respect my opponent's speed, I respect my opponent's power, their distance, and I just adapt. And that's what true champions do because once you start respecting your opponents and you get too cocky, too big headed, that's how you get caught early. And you've seen that plenty of time with young fighters. They just going in there too big headed. I don't care what level. Anytime I'm going in the ring, I'm thinking that person across from me, he's super sharp. I don't care what I saw, he's super sharp, and that's just what keep me on my toes and keep me raised and focused.
And in boxing, one punch can change the fight, so you got to protect yourself at all times and be sharp and focused and alert.
Definitely.
You're working with Coach Gary Stark now. How comfortable are you working with him? Well, talk to me a little bit about that relationship. Some of the things that he's teaching you.
Yeah, I still got my same coach, Coach Muhammad Abdul Salam. He's still my head coach. He's been there. He's been behind me since the amateurs. So like our relationship is really deeper than boxing. Gary, he's a guy that I know whatever he say is really within my best interest because he want the best for me. I be in a bag and Gary be nervous as if I'm his own son. Like that's how deep it is,
Yeah.
honestly. So just being able to have him there, I know things that he say to trust it to believe it. And even like training, sparring, he done train, top of the top, the best fighters we done seen. He got the experience that a lot of coaches don't have, and the combination between him and my coach, my head coach Muhammad Abdul Salam is just like, it's like it's a dominant force in the corner.
So having him there just helps the team get better and better. That just gives you additional fuel to keep winning.
Definitely, definitely.
Absolutely. Now, what can we expect going into 2025? I know you want to stay active. I know you want to keep fighting, and that's why you didn't sign with a promoter. I think that's what you told me. So you want to keep getting these fights, and it makes it easier to make these fights happen. So what can we expect for 2025?
Exactly. 2025, expect my next fight, I'm moving up to a sixth rounder. Expect me back in the ring around April. Just keep expecting these dominant performances. I feel like now that I'm stepping up to 6 rounds, my opponent's gonna be better. And y'all just gonna really be able to see how great I really am because like the skills is going to show the counters, the attacks, the IQ, and how I just take certain things the way I'll be able to see it. And it's going to be just expect spectacular performances and just a great box.
So you think you're going to continue the knockout streak, even with the six rounders, or is it the same? It's not too big a difference.
Yeah, no, I feel as though knockout streak is going to keep continuing. I just feel as though as time goes on, I naturally break down opponents as I've been saying this. As the more rounds I progress, the better I get. So if it's a 6 rounder, that's just giving me more time to make adjustments and calculate. I don't have to rush anything. The knockout's gonna come. Just the only time it won't come is if I just have a super, super, super tough opponent in front of me. I don't really look for knockouts, but if I see you, declining, that just motivate me and fuel me to keep going and just amp it up more. So just just be on the lookout.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any injuries? You feel 100% confident, like you could fight tomorrow if you had to? Like when would you be fighting next? You think when would your next opponent be? Are you in talks with anybody or?
Yeah, we had a couple like we had, people like I just fought Saturday and yesterday somebody offered me to fight. You
Okay.
know, I really not trying to think about like I just fought
Yeah,
Saturday,
you
you
want to get a
know.
like what's the break like that you would expect? Like a month break? Like what do you want? 2 months? What?
I feel like beginning of April, first week of April, you should see me back in the ring.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you got to get some time, get to eat and do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, like I said, this training camp just it drained me, my team, you know, with all of these fighters and the whole business side of it. You know, it drained us, you know, but expect us to be in the ring early April.
And that's a testament to your discipline. You're at school right now. You're in college right now at Rutgers, right?
Definitely, yeah, yeah. I
Handling
had to
business on the school side, and then you got a busy schedule.
Yeah, I just got out of class about 10 minutes ago and I got an interview right now. So I'm over here rushing to find a quiet spot. Went to the library, it was packed. I'm over here ducked off like some other, I don't know, I never even been here before this part, but we gotta make it happen.
Well, salute to you, man. The hardest working man in boxing, Keith Cologne. But
Hey, appreciate it.
switching gears, well, I can't wait to see you fight on your next fight. You know I'll be there. Sorry I missed you at Newark. I had like a family
That's
engagement,
cool.
but I'm definitely gonna be there. You know I'm always supporting you. But switching gears, February 14th, Keyshawn Davis will be going against Baranchek, Denise Baranchek. Tiger Johnson will be fighting on the card. Xander Zayas. So it's going to be a stacked card. Vito Mielnicki is going to be fighting there. What do you think about Keyshawn Davis and Denise Baranchek? He's fighting for the WBO title. How do you see that fight playing out?
I feel like that's another great test for Keyshawn Davis. He's going in the right direction for the bigger fights, the ones that he's looking for, with especially with Tank and the rest of the top dogs at 135. Um, so I feel like that's a great fight, another great test, and I feel like if he blow Belichick out the waters as same way he did with Lemos, he's definitely at the door for the big mega fights already with just about like 10, 12 fights as a pro. So that just goes to show his skills and his trajectory in the boxing game. Like he climbing up real quick. As far as Tiger and the rest of the guys that's on the card, I feel like that's a great card. You know, that's a great stack card with a lot of great fighters. And I just hope they all do their thing, man, and just you know, you know, just keep stepping over these obstacles that that's in front of them.
Definitely. Will you be in attendance at that fight at Madison Square Garden?
Uh, probably, it depends. That's not too far, but I might be there, might not. It depends.
Definitely. Well, assuming that Keyshawn Davis is successful against Baranchek, he's been beefing with Gervonta Tank Davis. He's knocking at the door. He'll have a title, WBO titles. He'll have a reason for Gervonta to face him to unify the titles. How do you see that fight playing out? His style, styles make fights. Keyshawn likes to stay in the pocket. I think he has enough power to keep Tank honest, to keep him off him. He's not Tank won't just steamroll over him like most opponents. How do you see that fight playing out?
I feel like that fight will go down as probably one of the better fights that we've had this far, just because of the fact of their style. They're both chippy fighters. They both sharp, and they got a dog that's in them. Both of them have a certain level of dog in them, and it's going to just make for an exciting fight. I feel like this is like that fight in particular is going to really be one of those fights that kind of go down as one of the like best fights that this ever. And I feel like it's going. That's a fight that I'm really excited for. A lot of people not talking about it, but you got a young fighter who I believe he's ready, and then you got a kind of a OG guy that's stamped in the game that got the respect, and it's going to just show that it don't matter who you are. You a man just like I'm a man, and talent is talent, and that fight right there it's going to be a shocker. However it go because I feel like they're gonna expose each other. They're gonna expose each other weaknesses, and it's gonna be a great fight.
You see, like Tank Davis, he gives up the early rounds. That's an advantage for Keyshawn. If he can keep it going, then he can possibly hurt. We've never really seen Gervonta Davis hurt. If Keyshawn could hurt him, he may be able to stop him if he gets off early. What do you think about that?
I think that you're right. Tank does start off slow, and but I feel like with certain with higher level competition, like the Shakors, Devin Haney's, and the Keyshawn's, he might start off slow, but it I don't know how to explain it. He started off slow, but to gain something,
Yeah.
he's not just starting off slow to have him. He's like gaining real estate.
He's
He's
downloading the information.
yeah, he's downloading information because I do it in a way too. It's like I let you get off certain things, but I bet you like you better not throw that again. Because I'm gonna make you pay.
Yeah,
So it's like, is he really? It's like it's almost like when you see a fight and you could like you said, damn, I feel a knockout coming. I feel him about to land a
yeah.
shot. So and with that brings a great chess match because, like I said, they're gonna expose each other and the talent is gonna be evident that night.
Exactly. So who do you lean towards and who do you favor in that fight?
Uh, I'm really 50-50, really 50-50 for that fight. However, it's not better than the underdog story. So I feel as though, you know, I'm 50-50 honestly. But I wouldn't mind see either one of those guys win, man. You know, yeah, I really wouldn't mind seeing it. It's hard. If I give you a person, I might say Keyshawn today and say Tank tomorrow. So I can't. I wouldn't even want to say anyone's name, honestly.
It's an excellent matchup. But you talked about Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson has a fight against Floyd Schofield. What do you think about that matchup? He was at a fight recently, the Diego Pacheco fight, and his hand was swollen. So does that give Floyd Schofield enough for him to at least make the fight competitive?
I don't think so. I feel as though Shakur was able to keep De Los Santos off of him for the full, 12 rounds and, just basically beat him with one hand. I don't believe that Floyd Schofield is, on the same level as De Los Santos. So I feel like, he'll be able to get the victory and win, easily as he did with De Los Santos. I don't feel as though any injury or hand will play a factor in this fight.
Yeah, there's so many big matchups being made by Turkey Al Sheikh. Shakur's with Turkey and Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. He can get enough money to entice Tank Davis to possibly take this fight. What do you think about Tank and Shakur Stevenson facing each other? Because the money will be there. Now, we're going to talk about Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford. Turkey setting that fight up. There's so much money in boxing now that it's almost like you have to take those fights. The millions are right in their face. What do you think about Shakur facing Javante?
I feel like that's the best fight in boxing right now to be made. I feel as though that fight right there, everybody want to see it. That's like yeah, you got the Canelo and Terrence, but I feel like these two dogs they at the peak of their career, and I don't see anybody beating them. Like if we talking about Tank and we exclude Shakur, I don't see too many people beating Tank. And if vice versa, we talk about Shakur and we exclude Tank, I don't see too many people beating Shakur. So it's like like these are the fights to be made right now. These guys they top dogs, and it's only a matter of time.
So the same way that Javante gives the early rounds, you can't do that with a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, who will build a points lead, be on the back foot, land in multiple combinations, knows how to tie Tank up and slow him down. Would that be dangerous for Tank to take the Shakur fight because of that? Not because he'll be hurt, because I think he has a great chin. We never seen him hurt, but just the points aspect.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that'd be a dangerous strategy for Tank. I don't feel like he'll go into this fight with that strategy of letting him take the early rounds because Tank is a smart fighter. Even
Yeah.
though he got great power, great knockout power, he's also a smart fighter, and he know that he can't give up the early rounds. He know that there's going to be swing rounds. He knows. It's gonna be rounds that Shakur gonna win, or people think that Shakur might have won. So he can't go in there just trying to give up the early rounds. He got to go in there with a tactical plan to win each and every round, whether that's putting pressure, head movement, jabbing, making him, fall into certain traps. So that's the tank that I feel like we're going to see, and that's why I believe that this is going to be another great fight because it's like people gonna actually see the IQ and not just, oh, the knockouts. Like, no, it's actually certain levels of IQ that that you have to have in order to, be successful in the ring.
Who do you lean towards in that fight?
I got Shakur winning by you. I'm not gonna say unanimous decision, but I'll say by decision.
A decision. Okay. Switching gears one more time, we spoke about it. Canelo Alvarez is set to face Terence Crawford September in Las Vegas. Turkey Al Sheikh has made he said it is not official, but these are the rumors. How do you see that fight playing out? Floyd Mayweather laid down the blueprint how to beat Canelo Alvarez. Bivol laid a blueprint as well. You have to stay on your toes. You have to box and use angles, keep them at distance. Canelo has great defense. How do you see that fight playing out?
I feel as though it'd be a great fight. First and foremost, I feel as though Terrence can beat, Canelo. I feel like he can. He has the skills, he has the ability, he has the IQ, and he has everything to beat him. I just feel like it all depends on what type of Terrence show up that night. You know, is this going to be the Terrence that fought Sean Porter, where he gonna want to come and be a dog? Because I feel as though he could have easily boxed Sean Porter, but his ego and just showing everybody that I'm a dog just as him. And that's what made Terrence great is his ability just to change and fight. But I feel as though if he stick to the like how you said the boxing game plan, he could beat him. Cause Canelo lately, he's only been good with fighters that's just been staying there in front of him. The fighters that give him movement, show him things, different looks, and just paint the ring. He does have trouble with, and we kind of saw it also Edgar Berlanga. Um, so I feel like Terrence definitely can beat him. I'm leaning towards Terrence. That's home team right there, USA versus Mexico. So yeah.
Terence Crawford, he would be moving up six weight divisions. There's only two other fighters that have done that. Oscar De La Hoya conquered six weight divisions, and Manny Pacquiao conquered eight weight divisions. At 154 pounds against Madrimov, what did you think about his performance against Madrimov?
I feel like that was a great boxing match. I feel as though that fight, both fighters took very little risk, you know. But I was also able to see like, Terrence able to break down the bigger fighter, and and that's why I say it's like he's moving up in weight and he's still trying to break fighters down. He could have easily boxed this guy. Made it clean and made it a boring fight how Floyd would have done. It's like I make it so clean and make it look so easy that now it's boring. But nah, he wanted to make it a little bit more exciting and break his fighter down. And I feel as though that was a great fight from both fighters. They both, however, took very little risk because each one wanted to win and they knew it was a close fight. But yeah, I feel like Terrence pulled that out. That was the right decision.
Okay, so if Terence Crawford is successful against Canelo Alvarez and he beats him, where does that cement his legacy? Where does that put him in boxing history? Is he an all-time five great, all-time 10, top five? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I feel as though his legacy already stand high in the boxing world, especially in the boxing community. Also, I feel like this win over Canelo Alvarez, it just cement him to be like one of the best to ever lace up a pair of gloves. Of course, respecting the people that came before us, but it's just the stuff that he's done. People can't say or like he beat Canelo Alvarez. He moved up six weight divisions. He beat Madrimov. Like you gotta give him his flowers. One, who else has done that in recent years? Being an A side guy, he could easily fight whoever he want for however much he want. Nah, he's continuously one of the best fighters, and he wanted to prove against other top fighters that he's one of the best. Like nothing but respect, nothing but love for him, and he deserved everything coming his way.
There you have it, Keith. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you at Fight Hype. Let the fans
Thank you.
know where we can find you on social media.
You can follow me on Instagram at official Keith Cologne and on YouTube at Keith Tsunami Cologne.
It is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. We out. Keith, talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, my guy.
All right.